Tuesday. I hope you are ready with me to keep moving up and improving our place value and skip counting knowledge to really understand what we're doing when we're counting all those numbers. But first up, I want us to warm up our brains the same way we did yesterday by looking at some pictures and being able to identify what is this picture. So let's take a look. Okay, how many sticks do you see on this screen? First up, how many bundles of 100 are there? How many bundles of 100? There's just one. So one bundle of 100 is 100. Awesome. How many bundles of 10 are there? We have 5 and 2. How many bundles of 10? We have 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. And 7 tens is 70. So 170. How many ones are here? How many one sticks? There's 4 sticks, so this number is 174. Good job. Okay, let's check out another one. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Okay, how many sticks are here? First up, how many bundles of 100 are there? How many bundles do you see? There are 3 bundles of 100. And that is what number? 3 hundreds is 300. Exactly, that is a number. Okay, and how many tens are here? How many tens do you see? We've got 5 and 1. There are 6 tens, 6 tens. So we have 300. And how much is 6 tens? 60. And how many ones are there? How many one sticks? There is 3, so this number is 363. Good job, Super Scholars, seeing all that place value. Okay, let's look at our learning target for today. It says, I can identify more or less of a number using a hundreds chart. So we're talking about the super important math vocabulary terms, more or less, and how that applies to our skill of skip counting. And we have our trusty tool today is my hundreds chart. So make sure you have this out because it's going to help us guide us through the knowledge of more or less. So Super Scholars, let's talk about how these important terms have to do with our skip counting. So let's first talk about 10 more. If we are going to ask for 10 more of a number, we are skip counting up. And by skip counting up and asking, what number is 10 more? We are adding 110. So all of these terms and all these vocabulary words that we're talking about all have to do with skip counting. Skip counting up or forwards by 10 means we're counting 10 more of a number each time, and we're adding 110 each time. So if we have the number 53. How many tens are in the number 53? There are 5 tens because the 5 is in the tens place. So if we have the number 53, and I'm going to ask you, what is 10 more than 53? I'm going to ask you to add 110 or skip count up a 10. All of those questions are asking you to do the same thing. So in 53, what's 10 more than 53? We're going to add 110. We would have 6 tens, and 10 more would be 63. We skip counted up 1. We went from 53 to 63 by adding 10 more, which is 110. Okay, what about if we want to talk about less, that vocabulary term? So we have 10 less. When we're talking about less or 10 less, we're skip counting down the number line or we're skip counting backwards. Every time we skip count backwards, we're taking away 10 each time, and we subtract or take away 1 10. In order to make a number 10 less, we have to take away 1 10. So for the number 26, how many tens are in the number 26? There are 2 tens in the number 26 because it's in the tens place. So if I'm going to ask you what number is 10 less than 26, I'm going to ask you to skip count backwards by taking away 1 10. So if we have 2 tens already, and I want you to take away 1, I want you to skip count backwards. How many tens are we going to have? What's 10 less? We're going to have 1 10, and our number will be 16. So the number 16 is 10 less than 26 because we took away a 10 and we're skip counting backwards. So these are what these vocabulary terms have to do with our skip counting knowledge. If we're talking about more, we're giving value and going up the number line. If we're talking about less, we're taking away value and going down the number line as we count. To keep up our practice, we are going to use our hundreds chart real quick. So I want you to have your hundreds chart out and a counter. Let me get the right one. There we go. Okay, so I have my hundreds chart up here. And I want you to put a counter on 82. Do you see 82 down here? So the number 82. How many tens are in the number 82? 8 tens. There's 8 tens in 82. But if I want to ask you, what is 10 more than 82? I want you to skip count up 10 by adding 1 10. So your number is going to get bigger because it's more. We're going to skip count up. So if we have 8 tens now, what number is 10 more? Can you move your counter onto that number? I want you to move your counter. What number is 10 more than 82? That is 92. We added 10 more and got 9 tenths. So we skip counted from 82 until 92. Good job. Okay, super scholars. Now let's try the number 39. Can you find the number 39 over on your chart? 39. What number is 10 less than 39? So if we're doing 10 less, we're skip counting backwards. We're going down the number line. And you're going to take away a 10 each time. So how many tens do we have right now? We have 3 tens. So I want you to move your counter. What number is 10 less than 39? We're going to skip count. What number are we going to land on? 10 less. We are going to hit 29. 39 to 29. And we know this is correct because we went from 3 tens, we took away 10 and got 2 tens, so we know that number is 10 less. And we skip counted from 39 down to 29. Good job, awesome people. Okay, so for our next part of today, you can keep out your hundreds chart if you feel you still need this tool to track where we are. But if you feel like you have graduated from using your hundreds chart, you are more than welcome to put it away for our next activity. As you are going to get out, here we go, this worksheet. On the top it has 10 more, 10 less. It looks like this. It's stapled with some other friends. But this is the next thing we are going to use to practice our skip count. So make sure you get this out and you're ready with a highlighter or a pencil. But before we keep going on our next activity, I want us to move our bodies with this or that. So come on, stand up, 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 so I can ask you another question. So second grade, would you rather kiss a frog or would you rather hug a porcupine? So you gotta pick one. Would you rather kiss a frog? If so, you're gonna act like a snake. Or would you rather hug a porcupine? If so, you're gonna act like a bird. You have a choice. Which one are you going to pick? I'm gonna pick a porcupine because I would hug it really, really gently. So I think I'd be okay. So here we go. 5 seconds with your pick. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I moved my bodies and I hope you did too. So come on, sit right back down with your 10 more and 10 less worksheet. Okay, so on this worksheet, we are going to work our way to automatically identifying 10 more or 10 less. When we are able to automatically add and subtract tens right away, that is going to help us quickly skip count up and down by tens, starting at any number. And remember, you're welcome to use your hundreds chart as a tool, or put it away and test your knowledge of just in your brain. Okay, let's look up here. Can we take a look at our first one? Got the number 55. Can you highlight or circle either one? What number's in the tens place? They're the same number, but which one is in the tens place? Can you circle or highlight it? This first 5 is in the tens place. The first 5 is in the tens place. So when we're asking to skip count by tens, this is the place that's going to change, the tens. So let's see, we're going to fill in all these boxes and they're going to make a skip counting pattern. So first up we have subtract 10. If we're going to subtract 10, we're going to find the number that's 10 less. So super scholars, we've got 5 tens. What number would be 10 less? So if we have 5 tens right now, can you take away 1 10? That would be 4 tens. So 10 less would be 45. Because we went from 5 tens to 4 tens. Good job. Okay, what about this other box? We want to now skip count the other way. We're skip counting up because we're going to add 10. So if we're adding 10, that's 10 more. So super scholars, how many tens do we have? 5. So 1 more would be 6 tens. And the next 10 would be 65. This is 10 more because we had 5 tens and now we have we're changing the tens place by more or less, we can skip count from wherever we want. Okay, let's look at our next one, awesome people. We have the number 34. 34. What number is in the tens place? What number is in the tens place? Can you highlight it or circle it? The 3 is in the tens place. The 3 is in the tens place. So when we're skip counting, this 3 is all that's going to change. So let's start with adding 10. If we're going to add 10 to 34, we're going to skip count up and we're going to add 1 10. So if we have 3 tens, what is 10 more? That's 4 tens. So 10 more is 44. This is 10 more because we went from 3 tens and now we have 4 tens. Good job. Okay, what about subtract 10? Our starting number is 34. If we want to subtract 10, we're going to take a 10 away. So, we have 3 tens. What would be 10 less? We would have 2 tens, and our number would be 24. I'm running out of magnets, so I have to write it. 24. Because we went from 3 tens, and now we have 2 tens. Exactly. Good job. And we just created a skip counting pattern of tens. So can we skip count starting at 24 and skip count up? Here we go. 24, 34, 44. Can we skip count down by tens? Here we go. 44, 34, 24. Good job, awesome people. Okay, here is the last round we're going to do. The last round. So, can you look at our new number, 88? 88. How many tens are in 88? How many tens are in 88? Can you circle or highlight on your paper which digit is in the tens place? This first 8 is in the tens place. The first 8 is at the tens place. So if we are going to subtract 10, we want to subtract 10. What are we going to do? What's going to happen to the tens place? We're going to take away a 10. We're going to skip count down. So if we have 88, what is 10 less? What number is that? That is 78 because we went from 8 tens to 7 tens. And that is 10 less. Or 1 10 less. Okay, what about if we're going to add 10? We have 8 tens already. So if we want to add a 10, we're going to add 1 10, or we're going to skip count up. So what number is that going to be? It's going to be 98. 98 because we went from 8 tens and now we have 9 tens, which is just 1 10 more. So look, we created a skip counting pattern. All that changed was our tens place. Can you skip count up with me? Here we go. 78, 88, 98. Can you skip count down with me? 98, 88, 78. Awesome job, Super Scholars. I love seeing us building our math skills. So now it's that time of the day where you are going to work on these skills on your own. using the same math packet you have out right now. So you have two options today. You can either complete this second page. It's a brand new page of 10 more or 10 less. So this is your first option to complete this page. You can use your hundreds chart or not. That is up to you and your challenge level. So your first option is to complete this page where all you're going to focus on is 10 more or 10 less. But if you are ready for a challenge and want to do more, you're going to flip to the last page where it says 100 chart on the top. There's these little T boxes. On these T boxes, you have to take your number and find 10 more, 10 less, and 1 more, 1 less. So really check out the example. What place is changing when you do 10 more or less or 10, 1 or less? So you're either going to continue what we just did in lesson on a brand new page using your awesome place value and skip counting skills, or you can choose the challenge page and skip count by ones and tens. It's up to you which one you pick. Either way, when you are fully done with your page and you've checked your work, then you can take a picture of it so I can see. Another awesome way to check your work is checking it against your hundreds chart. That's a great way if you're going to using your brain to check yourself after you're all done. So you're going to take your pick. Which level are you going for? And either way, you're going to take a picture to post on Class Dojo so I can see. Okay, awesome mathematicians. I love learning about skip counting and exactly